Welcome, family, to another episode of the Midnight Moods podcast. Conscious conversations.
How we doing?
Real talk with real ones. I'm Coco the Conscious, aka Mr. Moods, and our real one for today, our special guest, the one, the only fallen angel, my brother. What up, G?
How you doing?
Bro, I am good, man. Hip hop artist, producer, truth seeker.
Of course.
In the building, in the studio tonight. Brother, thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being present. I've been waiting for this one. I've been excited because
I've been excited,
bro. Man, me and Fallen Angel, bro. Bro. When did we meet? Like, how long ago was it? Probably like
a month ago. No.
Oh, it feels like that. It was probably like 3-4 weeks. Yeah, you're right. 3-4 weeks ago.
A month ago. Yeah.
A month ago, and bro, it was man. There we go.
It feels like when we did meet, it was just meant to happen. Because it's not like every often you meet someone who you feel like you're meant to meet. And that's what it was like when we met.
So organic, bro. 100%.
You feel me?
It was just like brothers. Like, it was just like past life vibes. Like, hey, bro, remember like when we were like in Egypt, Kemet, like sit on the throne.
It was like meeting again.
Yeah.
That's
literally,
what I'm saying.
It was meeting again, reconnecting.
Yes.
Facts, bro. 100%, man. It was so organic, bro. We met like during this shoot, and I saw Fallen Angel from afar, and I was like, hey, my bro, what up? We looked at each other, we're like, yeah.
It's like, who this nigga
is?
It was like
it was like this knowing as well, though. There was a knowing there, like an understanding, like, oh yeah, we get it, like we know why. So
that's how I felt, bro.
My brother.
For real. For real.
100%, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to everyone else we met on that day as well. Shout out to Alchemy Goddess.
Shout out to y'all.
Daniela. Shout out to
y'all.
Man, but I'm grateful for you to be here, bro. I want to talk about your music. I want to talk about the truth seeking, spirituality.
Of course.
Everything, bro. But before we get into that, a little bit about you, your story. Do you know what I mean? Where, your original lands, where you came from to get here. Let's get it.
Of course, bro. So I was born in Zimbabwe. So, as a kid, I was kind of always a quiet kid. I was kind of like, even from the ages of like 4, 5, I was kind of like, what's really happening here? Even in the motherland, I was kind of like, what's really happening here?
Yeah.
And so I wasn't really that much, even from that age, I wasn't really that much focused with school. I was kind of in my head a little bit, like, where am I? It almost felt like I wasn't from here, like I just got put here. And it was kind of like, what is this?
Yeah.
You feel me?
I feel you.
And then so from there, I had my my father get a job all the way out here in Australia.
Okay.
And then so me and my mom would have followed like a year later. And then obviously coming here, my perspective got broadened.
Yeah.
And everything like that. And obviously I went through the schooling system just like, everyone did. But I really didn't vibe with it. I guess, I wasn't I was still kind of like, what the fuck,
what's going down? What's happening here? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was still kind of like that. And it was like, eventually, as I grew up, I figured out that, I was really someone that wanted to express what I've been through and where I'm from, not just on earth. You feel me? And so I found that, laying through music and through just, speaking my own ideas and everything like that. And so that's kind of where I'm at now. I'm kind of just expressing who I am, what I've been through.
Yeah.
And that's how I wish to connect with the world. You feel me?
I love that.
To kind of, show the world the truth about me and just about in general.
This, what this is,
You feel me?
I feel you, yeah. I love that, bro. So how old were you when you left Zim to here?
5.
5, okay. Because they say from 0 to 7, that's when you absorb the most stuff, right?
Yeah.
Into your subconscious. So from 0 to 5, you were in the motherland.
I was in the
soaking
motherland.
up that real.
I was soaking up. But
Yeah.
I was soaking up that real, man. From 0 to 5, I still have so many memories from there.
Yeah.
That were like, that will stick with me till now.
Wow.
Like, I will not forget that shit.
Wow.
That shit is still with me to now. Even more than the stuff even here, it's been like, 20 years or whatever. Like, that shit kind of shaped who I am now. And then so coming here, it was kind of like it was just a shift.
Yeah, mad shift. Yeah.
You feel
Wow,
me?
that's intense. Yeah, no, that's intense, bro. That's intense. Because I
Yeah.
could imagine, like, just culturally as well. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
Like, even just seeing, like, a whole bunch of brothers and sisters and coming to, like, Australia and then just being like, oh, whoa, okay. Like, I assume, like, you were, like, the only, like, you know, brother in the class, right?
My nigga, like, let me tell you right quick.
Yeah.
I done seen, like, I saw, like, when I did come here, you know, because obviously Zimbabwe itself, even before I was born, was a really, like, before was a really wealthy country, and then it kind of fell apart. So there was it was quite multicultural.
Okay.
Before a lot of things happened, you know, with the, I don't really want to get into politics, but you know, a lot of things did happen. And so when I did come here, that's when I would have seen my first kind of like non-black people, first, and I was like, wow.
Yeah, you would have been amazing.
There's a whole world out here.
Yeah.
You feel me? And I would have been amazed. So it would have just kind of shifted my whole world. Like, yo, there's a whole lot of shit happening that I'm not aware of right now. And I want to be aware of.
That's deep. It's like how you said it expanded your perception.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yes. That's how it felt, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it was crazy. My whole perspective kind of shifted in that way.
That's intense. So when did the music start seeping in? Do you know what I mean? As that form of expression for you.
Yeah. Bro, like, literally, I'm not gonna lie, like, I always kind of been into music, but from when I was younger, it was kind of something I took in.
Yeah.
You feel me? To kind of help me go through hard times. Like, you know how you're going through some shit. You're going through some shit, and it's kind of like, this song or this is gonna help me through that.
It becomes a soundtrack of that, like, that state of mind in that moment.
That state of mind, that experience. But it wasn't until I was older, like late high school, that I started getting into music. I was kind of like, okay, like, I've listened to people's struggles and experiences. I've had my own. I've related to other people.
Yeah.
No, how do I feel? And then that's when music would have came in for me, like. I could express how I feel and how I felt about the things that happened through music.
I love that, bro. Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah, I think it was, I feel it on a deeper level because I was similar for me. Like, I was taking in a lot when I was younger.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't until kind of like high school, even a bit after high school, to be honest, is when I thought, I can do this.
Yeah.
Like, I can express this. You know what I mean? I have things that are happening in here and in here that I can push out, you know? But listening to it and taking it in is what gave me, like, the blueprint to express it, if that makes sense.
No, that makes sense, bro. Yeah. And exactly how you were, that's exactly how I was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's where I was at with, like, music and everything like that.
My brother. So now I want to get into the style, the genre, because when you're telling me in person, I was like, oh, I never heard of that before. Like, you were like, explain it to me, the genre that you've been, like, tapping into lately.
So I've had, like, before, like, I started, like, initially, obviously, I started to kind of rap.
Yep.
But I felt as though rap in itself was a limited genre. And that I mean no disrespect to the legends who've laid down the foundations for rap and everything like that. But it's kind of like I felt as though I could put in a whole new perspective on music.
Yeah.
I could mix this, and that, no matter if it make people feel like, what's that? Why are you grabbing this and there? To make, like, I felt like, all right, to make a whole connection or to make me feel whole, I can mix everything to ultimately to really portray how I felt. How I felt wasn't really just part of one genre. It was part of everything I've listened to since growing up. And so I kind of merged everything that I did like into one thing.
Dope.
And that's...
Yeah. What do you call it?
I don't know. I had no idea. Like, I'm telling you, people gonna have to tell me what it means. You feel me?
Nah, I feel that. I ain't know yet. It's there though. It's there. Wow.
Yeah, for real, bro.
So it started because I remember you were telling me you started with a group, right? And then now you've, like, transitioned into being a solo artist, right? Yeah. So how's that going so far?
It's going good, bro. Like, I was, like, being part of a group, I really like that. But, like, being an individual, I also like it as well. Because it's like, I get to contribute, but on my own, I get to contribute to myself. I get to really see my own idea and see how my own mind works through the instruments and through my vocals and stuff like that to really put together a picture and a piece that defines me solely, not anyone else, but just how I feel completely. And so I feel like it's true expression, which I really put, you know, my heart and soul into it. I'm like, yo, this is me.
I love that, bro. Yeah.
You feel me?
I love that. Because I could imagine, like, being in a duo, being in a group per se, it's like you got to kind of compromise, right? You got to compromise on a few things.
Definitely.
Probably compromise your own creativity or whatever you're feeling, so you don't fully get to unleash.
Yeah.
So I can imagine once you went solo, did it
like,
really flush through? Like,
yes, bro, it did. It was just like, okay, now I'm going to put my all into it. You know, without feeling like I'm stepping over someone or like doing this or that. It's just like, this is just my own, you know, canvas. And I'm just allowed to just
paint
all the paint on it, and I'm allowed to do whatever.
My bro. I love that. That's deep.
So that's how it kind of felt.
My guy. And there's an album coming, right? Like, am I allowed to say that? Shit, I already said I can.
You allowed to say it, bro. Like, there is an album coming.
On its way.
You know, I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't know how long it's gonna take.
It doesn't matter really. All we know that it's there.
It's there. It's coming. And I was meant to send you some of the songs.
I've been waiting, bro. Come on, bro. Where that?
No, it's coming. It's coming.
Yeah.
I feel like you fuck with it.
100%, bro. I listened to one of your tracks. I think that was on IG.
Yeah.
Like when you were with your duo, when you were just rapping, that was still fire, bro.
Bro,
you guys were going hard, though.
Bro, that shouts out to my nigga like with me on there. Like, we was hard as fuck. We're still hard as fuck.
100%.
You feel me?
Yeah.
It's like, bro.
Yeah.
My nigga, like, the shit coming though.
Yeah, it's a different level. Okay, yeah.
I'm telling you.
Shit. Buckle up.
Oh, bro,
shit. Yeah. Damn.
Put that nigga in.
Get ready. Wow.
Get ready, bro.
Yeah.
On some real shit.
Man. So it's gonna be like, I'm imagining a lot of singing. I mean, a bit of rapping here and there, maybe. Like.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, if you're really looking to the genres of like punk, rock type shit.
Yeah.
It's kind of like singing, but you know, with a bit of rap within it. So it's kind of like merging hip hop rap with punk rock.
I like that. Yeah.
And all of that. So it's kind of like, you know, it's kind of weird a little bit, but it's kind of like you understand it, because I feel as though, you know, with say rock and songs like that, they have really at times complex lyrics that people like it just the lyrics fly over people's heads. But when you do mix the genre of hip hop and rap with a beat that's kind of more rock, pop, and you know, those type of genres, you fuse something that can be understood by a broader range of people.
100%, yeah.
You feel me?
You tap into both.
You tap into both genres, and you're kind of like, all right, I get it.
Yeah.
You know, and the beat isn't just trap drums and 808s.
Yeah.
And you know, and the lyrics aren't just bullshit. It's kind of like, I'm trying to tell you something.
I like that, bro.
And we got real instruments coming in, as well as real lyrics coming in.
Shit. Yeah. You know what? I've never actually, I think probably it was a Jay-Z song with someone who's like a rock band. I don't know what song it is. You probably know. But that was like the only rock hip-hop type fusion I ever heard.
Yeah.
Who was it? It was Jay-Z and like, I don't know, someone. But that was the only one I heard. But it was all right. Like, I liked it. Like, I fucked with it. And then DMX did something as well. And it was like... It was like a very like rock, like not heavy metal, but just like a rock beat, and he rocked it. You know what I mean?
He rocked
it, and DMX, his voice as well went with it too, because it's that like
his voice goes with
anything.
That's what I'm saying.
Have you heard the new album,
man, bro?
Walking in the rain, and then he's singing. I was like, oh, bro. That walking in the rain. I was actually happy it was raining like a few days ago. So I'm like, bro, I played it on radio. I like debuted it on radio. And then I was blasting on these speakers, and I'm just like, man, I wouldn't mind a rainy day right now, because like this song is just like, I want to listen to this when I'm walking through the rain. But I wake up, it's a rainy day. I'm like, hey man, I manifested. I'm like, I manifested that shit.
Yeah.
And it felt so good though. Like, bro, the way he just hits you, like your soul, I'm just like,
Yeah, and it ain't even like you listening to some bullshit. Like, it's just, you know what I'm saying? You ain't listening.
It's
like,
real shit.
I'm gonna fuck that bitch.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like you contemplating. As soon as you hear it, you're like, damn. Yeah, for real.
Yeah, you're feeling it all.
You feel me?
Yeah.
I guess that's what, me personally, I think the purpose of music is to make you feel something. To make you feel like, this has made me, this has made something in here kind of beat a little bit faster or slower. You feel me?
Yeah.
But
no,
yeah.
I feel that. It's so true. He's got a song on there with the guy from Green Day. What's his name? Not Green Day. U2. What's his name? Bono. He's got a song with Bono. It's called... Shit, I don't know what it's called, but it's dope as well. It's a dope one. And it's just like, I never would have thought it. Like DMX and Bono. And then it goes so well. I was like, wow. And it makes you, like you said, feel, And I feel like that's lacking in, like, it's actually not lacking in music because it's there. You can find it. You can find music that makes you feel. You can find, like, that hip hop that we all loved. It's all there. Like, you listen to Joey or, like, someone else. But it's just, like, the mainstream, what's pumped is the shit that's desensitized. You know what I mean? So people think, like, oh, I wish it was, like, back in the day. But, like, that music's still there. Like, go listen to Fallen Angels. I mean, don't, like, it's, no, but you know what I mean? Like, it's all there. But it's just the shit that they're pushing is, like, desensitized shit. And that kind of goes into society at the moment, which we can get into, how everything's so desensitized. 100%. And it's just fucking with our senses.
100%. I mean, that's what, like, just putting on top of what you're saying, that's what they're doing. They're never really going to want, like, real shit to come on. I mean, they have a specific agenda that they need to play out, and and that's how they want to play it out, because they understand how powerful music is and how it hits the human beings, just vibrations, and it alters it. You feel me? But at this point in time, there's too many of us that are too aware of what's going on that we're just going to keep making positive music, and all the fake shit is slowly going to die out. And I think we just need to, regardless of recognition, of people kind of see us and be like, oh, wow, y'all making uplifting music. Fuck that. Who gives a fuck if you think we make... Fuck you. We still going to make it. And there's going to be more of us that make it to the point it's just like...
It's everywhere.
What else are you making?
Yeah,
you feel me? So it's like, that's the time we in now.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
You feel me?
I feel that heavy, and I like how you said that about like how it hits, everything. Like, because they say in Chinese, I think there's like the symbol for music. I saw this. I don't know if it's true. Instagram sometimes be lying, like with the posts, but they said that music is like the medicine symbol in like Chinese or something is music or something like that. Like it's connected. So like when you think of it on that level, it's like music can be so healing. Because like you said, it's vibrations, it's frequencies, and everything's energy, everything's vibration. So what you're listening to can like alter your cellular structure. It can, tune you in or tune you out. You know what I'm saying?
So true.
So it's just like, when it gets that deep, you're like, that's why I like music so
much.
Massive. Do you know what I mean? Because it's the driving force of a lot. And it's like a universal language. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. Like, bro, I was listening to like foreign music today, like music I couldn't even understand the language but I could just feel it. Like I could hear the emotion in either the singer's voice or how beautifully the instruments were being played, and I don't really need to know exactly what you're speaking about, but I can feel it. You feel me? And that has the same effect as if I understood the language or not.
Yeah. No, I feel that. My parents used to play, my mom, she used to play classical music all the time on the way to school. And I used to be like, annoyed with it and shit. Now I listen to classical music because I used to be like, where are the words? That was my thing. I'm like, I want words.
As a little
kid that listens to rap all the time, I'm like, where the words at? You know what I mean? But now I appreciate it so much because like the instruments are saying something. Like you said, they're hitting some type of emotion. They're bringing, like the violins will bring something out, or something will bring certain things out. You're like, oh shit, is that deep? Sometimes you don't need words, bro. You know what I mean?
Exactly, bro. Sometimes you just need the flow of the sound and the instruments.
My guy, 100%, bruh. I know we're into the music, and we'll kind of get into like the agenda and all that, because I want to get to there as the truth seeker himself.
Yes, of course.
Because I know you just gotta go with it. I know you're gonna fucking fly with it, bruh. So I'm just like, I'm gonna give you the alley oop and you just take it, bruh. So like, what do you feel like in this moment of time where we're at? Do you know what I mean? Like of consciousness. What do you feel is happening? Because there's a lot of resistance, right? Like, and that's just like natural law, right?
Of course.
So what are you seeing? What are you seeing? What are you feeling? Since we're talking about feeling, what are you feeling that's happening right now on like the collective consciousness on that level?
Okay, so
this is a broad question. Don't get me wrong. So just go
of course. I'm gonna just go in. Of course, at this point in time, we're in the Gregorian calendar. We're in 2021.
Okay.
Right,
yeah.
and so we need to understand that this calendar that that a lot of people tell us is the true time or whatever is incorrect. In reality, time doesn't exist. And if we're to really talk about what time it is, we need to look at astrology, and we need to look at where the stars and where the planets are aligned within our realm that we live on to really see where we are. And where we are right now is a time of transformation. Now, a lot of us have moved. Not all of us, but a lot of us are aware that we're moving from a time of a different age. So we've just come from an age of Pisces into an age of an Aquarius. And the age of Aquarius is kind of known for the age of, letting things be known. The apocalypse actually means, the word apocalypse means like revealing the truth, letting things be known. It doesn't mean
I've heard this,
that fire is coming down and it's killing your
end
family.
Of the world,
You feel me? It's kind of like letting things be known. So right now, in terms of, consciousness and everything right now, we're being led to know what exactly is going on. And what exactly is going on is not comfortable for most people, because most people are really stuck in religion, or really stuck in their own ways, or really stuck in society's ways. That don't really see the truth. That don't really know what it means to be a human being, because what it means to be a human being is the opposite of technology, and we live in a society filled with technology. So it's like we need to move into a state where we're connected with ourselves. We're connected with our mothers, our sisters, our brothers, our friends. But we're not. We're connected to Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, and TikTok. You feel me? So it's kind of like there's a lot of work that needs to be done.
Yeah.
We need to be pulled away from our egos, because our ego.
Dive into that,
Yeah.
It's been coming up a lot,
Yeah, our egos are our worst enemy. The voice in your head that is saying to you, like, what, I feel like I know what's going on. These niggas don't know shit. Like, fuck these niggas. Like, what's going on? Yeah, that's the voice that's really stopping you from getting to where you need to be at a perspective of a higher self. You feel me? And I feel like, even touching back through the topic of music, I feel like if someone or people can make music that can really relate to, say, the ego, can really relate to, like, okay, yeah, I get the ego, I get why you feel like this, but it's better to be with the higher self. That's how I kind of make music. It's like I would tap into the ego. I will make you feel like, yes, I get it. You're right.
Yeah.
I will feed you ego, but in the long run, you're going to be upset. So let's do this instead. You feel me?
Yeah.
That's how I feel. And that's just kind of like musical healing or auditory healing, But in general, I feel like we as a people or as a species need to move into a space where the first thing and foremost, when you need to understand yourself.
Know thyself.
Know thyself is the most important thing right now, because the times we're in right now are very important.
Yeah.
We're in a time period where everyone's here. A lot of gods, goddesses. We're here right now. And for real. And a lot of us don't even, understand that we're here. We just think it's another day on another planet, but we don't really understand the importance and the astrological lineup of the space that we're really in. And it's kind of like, that's why we have people like you, people like me, like, you know what I'm saying, kind of pushing like our people or like everyone into a state where we're like, okay, we understand that we don't like this place. Let's be honest with ourselves. Ain't no one like this shit.
Yeah, let's be real.
We don't like it.
Facts.
So let's get into a position where we begin to actually like what we're doing.
shift it, change it, yeah. And it all starts with us, do you know what I mean? And like the more of us that focus on, because it's all about like focusing where your energy's at, do you know what I mean? Your attention, do you know what I mean? And that's the game, really. If we all like how you said, knowledge yourself, which I love, where it's just like once you like go in, because you keep using understand, which I hope everyone is tapping into right now, noticing.
For real.
It's like once you go in and focus that energy within and not onto this external shit, like all these distractions, do you know what I mean? And distortions that they put out there. So then your energy is now everywhere, do you know what I mean? It's split as well. So it's like you can't channel that in. And once you channel it in, you realize like who you are and what you are and why you're here, you know what I mean? And all these things start popping up, the synchronicities, you go down the YouTube journeys, and then like you were telling me how you start talking to all the gods, and I'm like, I remember when you told me that, I'm like, you're like, yeah, bro, they've all incarnated here, they're all back, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like how you said it just so simple, it really hit me. I'm like, so true. Like why are we overcomplicating everything? Like they're coming down and like gonna fucking land. Like they ain't like that, you know what I'm saying?
It ain't like that.
It's in the DNA.
It's in the And I feel like if people begin to understand that you are the God, we look, we look at history, which is his story. You know what I mean?
My guy,
you know what I'm saying? 100%. We look at that like it's, it's the die all or be all, but we don't really understand that like our story is something that's probably way more bizarre than the fiction that the world is being told. The truth is scarier than the lie. That's why you can't handle the truth, and most people can't. That's why you have that saying, you can't handle the truth, because it's like most people can't. Because the truth is the fantasy films. The truth is the shit that you don't want to hear. The truth is what the older generations are like, nah, shut up, just go to church. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's that. And it's like, we need to tap into that, because that's the real shit.
Yes. The esoteric. So what made you, like, start tapping into that stuff? Because it's always in you, right? So, like, when was it activating? When was it, like, coming to the surface and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, definitely. When it was coming to the surface, I was probably 17 years old.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. And I was about to graduate school, and I was like, I mean, what's the point of this?
Yeah.
I was like, okay, so I'm gonna pick out a specific degree, or I'm gonna go on a venture for a specific study. But I don't really care. Like, whatever it is, whether it was psychology, helping people with the mind, I didn't care. Whether it was construction, buildings, I didn't give a shit. And I was kind of like, okay, what is it that I care about? And since when I started questioning that, I understood, okay, there's a deeper meaning to this, because why is it that I'm not interested in anything? I'm a product of this world, but why is the product of this world seemingly not useful to any of its assets or anything? Deep, you feel me? I was kind of like, well, I don't care about what you got to offer. So I started to think maybe there's a deeper meaning to all of this. And that's when it kind of kicked in. It was just like, okay, the
questioning.
The questioning. And it was kind of like, okay, you're the type of person, intuition based. It was kind of like, you're the type of person that needs to do this and needs to do that. And I know a lot of people out there really feel like that. You feel as though you're destined for something special. You're meant to do something, and you feel as though this world has got nothing to offer you. It's got 100%. Nothing for you to actually grasp onto, for you to fulfill your destiny.
Yes.
And the cold hard truth is, you're meant to make that up yourself.
Create your own narrative, your own script.
You're your own savior. You save yourself. You feel me? There ain't no religion. There ain't no man popping out, breaking the clouds. Kind of. No, fuck that nigga.
That's what they like led you to believe. It's like, that ain't it. Yeah.
And so like life kind of put me in the direction. I guess you could say I put myself in a direction where I was meant to believe in myself. Not clench onto a religion.
That makes a whole lot of sense to me. Mine was similar as well. And it's like how you're saying understanding, but it's like when you take like responsibility for like a lot, then you like take your power. Do you know what I mean? When it's just like, when it's external God coming down and all this stuff, it's like you start losing your power, because now everything's external. It's not you. But it's like once you like bring it in and you take responsibility, it's like, oh wait, I have that power. Do you know what I mean? Like the powers in choice, the powers in all this stuff. It's like the powers in how you respond to things. Do you know what I mean? Like life or you is gonna throw shit at you. Do you know what I mean? And then it's just like how you gonna move with it, and that's godly when you think about it. You know what I mean? In a way.
It is godly.
Like it sounds like, because everyone's like when you say, but it's funny because when you say this shit, I've noticed, like, because I remember when I first used to hear people say it, like I used to listen to and watch a lot of 5%ers, like in America from Wu-Tang. Do you know what I mean? How they used to be like, you know, the black man's god and all that stuff. I used to watch that, and like at the beginning when I heard it, it like, you know, I'd be like, wait, really? Do you know what I mean? Because like you don't see that in yourself. So if you don't see that in yourself in that moment, then when you're watching someone talk about it, you're like, nah. But if you, but if you like, once you like understand it, when they say it, it's not like something foreign. It's like, no, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So if you're watching this and you're like, no, what the fuck are they talking? You ain't there yet. Do you know what I mean?
You ain't there yet.
Like you ain't there yet. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like if it resonates heavy, then it's just like you're there. Like that's what it is. You know.
And I just want to come on here and say that, you know, in this world we have a lot of, you know. I'm about to get deep on this.
Yeah, let's go. Let's dive in.
Look, in this world, we have a lot of, let me just say this. We live on a realm. Now, I'm not going to argue with people whether the realm that we live on is a planet.
Or flat or
whatever. But I'm going to tell you this. And, you know, you may think it's crazy or whatnot or whoever. But we live on a realm that's covered by a dome. Okay? And that may be a lot for a lot of people to, you know, swallow. But going back into the topic, we have a lot of different types of people living under or in this realm. A lot of different races per se. Now, in all honesty, if you look at that sun and you look at what that sun wants to, you know, give people or wants to nourish on this planet, it's the people that can take this planet, right? That's in all honesty. But at the same time, I also want to say this. Not every person, basically no bullshit. Not every person. The sun is really inclined here to help melanin skin glow. But I want to say this to my melanated people. A lot of y'all dumb as fuck. I'm going to be real. Like, a lot of y'all, it ain't even, at this point in time, it ain't even about skin color. Because we look at biology and we look at nature. It's kind of like the sun is heating up to the point where melanated skin is activating and all that. But a lot of people who are not melanated, are also activating. Why is this? It has to do with consciousness. A lot of people that are not melanated are way more conscious than some of those that are melanated. And a lot of people, you know, who are melanated are not as conscious as those who are not melanated. You feel me? So it's kind of like a consciousness thing at this point. We're going into a time frame where there's a lot of souls from a lot of different star systems right now, because this is a very important time. Whether what race you are, really at this point, it doesn't really matter all that much, because it's determined on where you are as a energy and as a frequency. Where are you really vibrating at? That's what matters at this point in time.
That was deep. That was heavy.
I just had to say that.
No, that was heavy. I love it.
You feel me?
Yeah, it had to come through. Someone needs to hear that. No, that was deep.
Yeah,
But
real.
when you're saying races, can you expand on that a little? Are you talking about, because we're one human race at the end of the day, right?
Obviously, we are one human race, but it's like we're not really all human.
Okay, there we go.
I'm gonna tell y'all for real.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I'm about to. Damn. Okay.
It's the truth seeker hat right here. We out here.
Of course, I'm about to take a sip before I go.
Get ready. We diving down the rabbit hole right here. Like, you want to take the red pill right now or the blue pill? Make up your mind.
Make
up right now.
Make up your mind right now.
If you want to take the blue pill, stop. Go to watch another podcast. You know what I mean? If you want to take the red pill, get ready.
Get ready. Okay, so if we're going to talk about races, right? Now, I know this will be a topic a lot of people will be wanting to tune into, but I need to let y'all know that before I really tune into a topic like this, you need to let go of your ego and you need to really understand information for information and facts for facts. Because facts are a lot bigger than what you try to identify with your ego, because your ego is a false image of self. Now, let me get into this. Okay? This playing field, if you have not realized, is beneficial for those with darker hue, with darker melanin. Now, that is not to say that those without that are not from here or are completely useless. That is a foolish perspective to be under. Okay? Now, we have a lot of people from different star systems. We have a lot of people from the Palladian star systems, from the Sirian star systems, from the Turian star systems. We have a lot of people that have come into here.
Okay.
We have a lot of people that have signed soul contracts with different groups of aliens to fulfill different types of missions here on Earth. You feel me? And so we've all come here at this really important time, this really great time, this 2020, right? And so each of us has a mission to fulfill. Now, when I say each of us, when you look at it from a 3D perspective, each of us can be this Asian guy, this white guy, this black guy, this whatever guy. All of equal important mission. That's what we need to understand. Because we're all from different star systems. Okay? There's an illusion on this planet, as I like to call it, that, it's the white people, it's the Asian people, it's this. That shit doesn't exist. Like, for real, that shit's a scam. Like, for real, that you need to understand. That shit doesn't exist.
That's an old program, right?
That's an old program.
Yeah.
So it's like we're all really one, and it's like really the people that we're not for are the people who are asleep. People can be asleep in any race or whatever. You feel me? At this point in time, it's those of us who can understand that, okay, things are changing. The earth is changing. The sun is changing. This is changing. These people from these groups of people, those groups of people have a different mission on this realm because a lot of species of different beings are watching this realm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Explain that. Expand on that a little for me.
Okay. Let me expand.
When you say beings are watching.
Okay. So this is about to get a bit crazy for a lot of people. Now look, I'm gonna be straightforward. It's kind of like those of y'all, who are not into this type of knowledge or not into, I'm not sure the audience you.
Hey, bro, they better be ready. It's conscious conversations, real talk
of course.
real ones. Hey, bro.
They better be ready.
Like, you know what I mean?
You feel me?
Are you a real one? You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
real talk.
Oh, for real. If you look, just because I heard that, if you're not ready, if you're not ready, then fuck you. But
Hey, bro, I knew this episode is gonna go off, bro.
Let me tell y'all.
All right.
Let me tell you. Ask me the question again.
Okay, so you're talking about beings, right?
Right.
That are watching, right?
Yeah.
And you're talking about star systems.
Okay.
So expand on these beings that are watching,
Okay.
and I'm assuming that's gonna connect to the star systems. I'm assuming.
Of course.
Yeah.
It is.
Okay.
So we have a lot of beings watching here. So I'm about to get real deep now. If any of y'all are conscious to a specific level, you will understand that a lot of people that you watch on the news, or a lot of the news you watch, is fake. Even the people are fake. Now, I'm not really going to get in too deep into why that. You know what? Fuck it, I am. The people that report your news are fake. Now, you can interpret that however you want. I'm not going to say specific words because people will be freaked out.
You'll
but
confuse them, yeah.
They're fake. The people that are reporting your news and they're telling you what is and what isn't are not really real. You feel me? Now, at this point in time where the sun right now has been recorded, you can search this up, has been recorded to be emitting a lot of plasma, heat, radiation that is very strong, and that hasn't been recorded for at least thousands of years. Very strong radiation in the form of energy in the form of conscious energy to really wake the planet up. And so there are a lot of alien groups that are really watching, and different alien groups have different agendas. Now you have the Anunnaki that that look like you and me, that have bred species on this planet, such as you and me. And so they have seen the idiocracy that's taking place on this planet, and they're sick of it now. So behind the scenes, it's crazy because it's like behind the scenes, there's a lot of executions that have been going on of major world leaders because they didn't listen. Now these Anunnaki, they're like, okay, look, we made a specific group of people to run this, and now y'all are destroying them. And we don't like that because they are our children. So we're coming here and we're going to tell you to do this. If you don't do this, we're going to destroy you. You can go deeper into that. There's a lot of corpses of Anunnaki. Like you can dig up, and they're like 10 feet tall beings with dreadlocks and whatnot. And there are also specific alien beings like the Palladians, fair skin, blonde hair, blue eyes, that have come here for technological advancements and stuff like that. There are also insectoids that are quite intelligent, that have come here to just experiment on humans.
There are insectoids.
Yes.
What do they look like? Insects? Like, what do they look like?
Definitely, they exactly what as I said, they look like insects. And so they come here to, because the insectoids are a very smart group of people, and they've come here to gain knowledge on how the human brain functions and how the human behavior functions. So they study from a distance. And now there's greys. Greys are kind of like the ones you see when you type up alien on Google, the big-headed.
The ones that they show us.
Yeah. Those are like the bitches of the bigger leagues of aliens. Because the bigger leagues of aliens kind of look like humans or insectoids or whatever. You feel me? And so the greys kind of come here to, abduct humans, run experiments on them, and send the results back to either the insectoids or the draconians, the reptilians, or the Anunnaki. Now you have to understand that everything that's happening on this planet now, you have to base it on a level that the planet's consciousness is raising up. But as it's raising up, there has to be people that are told why it's raising up. And these are your elites. These are the government officials. These are the people that the Anunnaki per se come and tell, like, look, y'all been fucking up. Y'all fucked up our people. We finna kill you if you don't change this policy. You feel me? Which has happened. And, you have certain whistleblowers in certain countries telling y'all, like, yeah, we just got visited by the Anunnaki that said that'd kill us all if we didn't stop what we were doing in this country or that country. You feel me? So it's like there's a lot of agendas really happening from a lot of different groups at the current moment. So as a humanoid, as a you and me who's who's listening to this podcast right now, we have to understand that some of us, I'm not even gonna say some cheesy shit like it's bigger than all of us, fuck all that. Because some of us are really, we have actually descended from these specific alien groups. Some of us are serpent people, draconians. Some of us are Anunnaki, Palladians, Arcturians, that have come to this realm to really help out with the people that are asleep. You feel me? And some of us are kind of like, we don't even really inside identify with any of the races. We're kind of just like, I've just come here to help y'all because y'all motherfuckers stupid and y'all lost the plot. You feel me? That's how it be.
I feel that.
You feel what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, that's how it be. And it's like, a lot of those people don't really get it. So it's a really deep kind of spiritual thing that's happening right now, which is why for me personally, knowing who I am and knowing exactly where I come from in terms of like the galaxy, I really never have time for small talk or because I know I'm on something that I need to do. Like I don't
have your mission, right?
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
I don't have time to be talking to people about
like petty
no TikTok or you feel me? I just can't do that because like I know exactly where I'm from. I have dreams about where I'm from.
I was about to get to that because I wanted to know how, like, cause say people listen to this and some may have cognitive dissonance and there's lots happening within themselves.
Yeah,
it's like, how would you find out what your star system is, or do you know what I mean, where you're from? Is it like it's an inner knowing, right? But is there something that you can do to figure it out? Is there like, maybe someone listens to this and then they hear like Palladians and then they go look it up. And then they start going like a mad rabbit hole journey and they start like resonating with a lot of these things. And then maybe that's just like, oh, maybe I am. Is that how it happened for you?
Yeah, I mean, how it happened for me was kind of like, I knew there was something greater than me. Right? I knew there was like, okay, look, I am here. I don't really remember anything except for this society, but I know you have an inner knowing that there is something greater, which I feel like, well, if you're watching this podcast, you're gonna feel in here like there's something greater than this. You feel me? And so what I personally did was I just trusted that. And what did that mean? I trusted in something that I didn't know because most people don't know spirituality. I trusted, okay, look, I'm in a new journey. I don't know what you mean. I don't know how this is gonna go, but fuck it. Let me just do it. Let me just be like, okay. Let's see.
So it's kind of like trusting in the unknown, right?
Yeah, because you are the unknown.
Okay, yeah, I like that, bro. That's deep. That is fucking deep as fuck. You are the unknown. Yes. No, I feel that, bro. That was heavy. And I'm grateful that you shared that, because some people would keep that under the wraps.
Oh, definitely. A lot of people, bro. A lot of people know this, but they don't even say nothing.
Now let's get into some more like conspiracy theories per se, because someone might say this is a conspiracy theory, and if you have that, then that's fine as well. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion,
of course.
Now you're talking about a dome.
Oh yes.
And we've had this conversation, and I want to get into it a little more.
Yeah.
Because it was kind of short. We had a voice memo conversation about it, but like, there's so many movies like The Simpsons and like TV shows and books. I was telling you about that book, the Gone series, how they're always referring to like a dome. Do you know what I mean? A society or a world living within a dome. And then you got some people that talk about flat Earth, and I'm pretty sure that connects to a dome. Does it? I'm not too sure. But there's all these things. There's just a lot there. And when there's like a lot there, and it's just like, well, why is there a lot? Do you know what I mean? There must be something. You know what I mean? There's some truth to it. So talk about the dome for me. Like, what do you think? Do you think there is a dome? Do you know what I mean? How did you find that there might be a dome?
Okay, so with this whole topic, there's a lot of people that they get sensitive. I'm gonna just say that.
Yeah, 100%.
People get sensitive to this topic.
You gotta be open though. That's the only way you grow. You know what I mean?
that is. And I just want to say that last week or the week before, NASA admitted that a lot of their footage that they shot, that they apparently supposed to be on the moon, they faked it, and they were actually in a studio room.
So they have confirmed that.
You can search this up yourself. They have confirmed that a lot of footage that was supposedly shot out of space was shot in a green screen room. For real.
They confirmed it. Wow. Okay. That's deep. Whoa. Whoa.
Anyway.
Bro. That's crazy. Anyway. Okay, we really out here.
Yeah.
We really out here.
On some serious
That
shit.
Is intense. That's a confirmation right there, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, come on.
Yeah, sorry, you go.
All right, so
I'm gonna sip some water for this. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people, they happen to think that, because we all have grown up on this earth. We all have gone through society on this earth. We all have the same ego triggers. We all have Instagram. We all kind of like how many people like our shit. We are in the same society. We are in the same kind of realm of, we expect people to like this or like that. We expect to be like this or like that because we've grown up in the same environment. Now I want y'all to know that the same environment that we've supposedly grown up in has been manipulated. Okay? Now, we have a lot of official, you could say scientists or official whistleblowers that say, yes, we are living under a dome. Right? But a lot of people won't get that for the reasons I've said. It's like you've been in grade 1 being shown a picture of the planets and all of that, and which is obviously not the real thing because obviously you have to research. But going deeper into that, I want to tell y'all this. If y'all have done your research, you can argue with me. I don't really give a fuck. I've argued with a lot of motherfuckers. We have reports, even from Hitler's crew, that when he had such a fascination with Antarctica. And so when he actually went down there and he sent his men down there through airplanes, they just kept blowing up over an invisible border, an invisible barrier. So he was fascinated in it because he had people within his own country who had really high level of military knowledge and had really high levels of extraterrestrial knowledge that people in his own country, even before his own military, were making spaceships or what you would call high military crafts that could travel beyond space and time, right? And so because they could travel beyond space and time, he was really interested in the so-called secret societies that were running within his own country. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is actually a true thing. You can search it up. And so he knew these people within his own country that were supposedly making machines that could run way faster than his airplanes. And so he was like, okay, what do you guys know? And why is it that you have this technology and I don't? And so obviously being a very high-ranking, powerful general within his own country, he can get information at hand. He can just be like, okay, give it to me. To which happened. And so he had a lot of extraterrestrial contact. You know, he would have spoken to a lot of extraterrestrial beings and stuff like that, which is why he was very interested in Antarctica. Because Antarctica, this is going a little bit off and on a tangent, but Antarctica is an ice wall. If you think that we only have 7 continents, then you're pretty much lost, because Antarctica is kind of like a ice wall that goes around the whole North and South Pole, goes around the whole continents, and we are kind of sealed in this. Anyway, but he knew that, and so he had army men or men that would fly jets across the Antarctic region so far down that at a point the planes would just blow up in midair. It seemed like they just crashed out. And so you have that as evidence, you know, and you have NASA admitting that, yeah, we really haven't been to the moon, and like we've tried this and that, but we haven't really been there. So I'm at the point now, before I really get into that conversation, I'm not really trying to argue with anyone on whether that shit is real or whether that shit is not real, because I know that shit is real for myself. I know we live in a realm. We don't live on a specific planet. We live on a realm with different dimensions, different technologies, and different species. You feel me? So that's just kind of what I put out there.
When you were talking about the wall, what came to me was, I don't know if you've seen Game of Thrones. I love to refer shit to movies because there's so many subliminal messages
because
in
it's
there.
so much truth.
So many subliminals. But you know the big ice wall?
Yes.
And then you got the fucking motherfuckers on the other side, the white
walkers. Yeah.
Hey, bro, where do they get these ideas? Do you know what I mean?
From
How do you
real life.
come up with, okay, there's going to be a huge ice wall. Do you know what I mean? And isn't it the North in that movie, in that TV show?
Yes, it's the North. I'm pretty sure. That's what I'm saying. Because, bro, it's kind of like this. It's kind of like it's like the Truman Show.
Bruh, let's go. Yeah, let's get into that.
You know? Because it's like we live in a world where you're, as the average person or the average human being, you're told what to believe in. Your religion, you were told to believe in. You didn't wake up and be like, oh yes, I'm a Christian. Oh yes, I'm. Your parents told you to do that, and your parents' parents were told to do that. You know, if you really trace in the beginning, that's not how things really were. You feel me? The truth really is more obscure and more, I guess you could say, terrifying than the lie that we're told now. You feel me? Because there's a reason why they're now announcing that aliens do exist. It's because some of these aliens that have been guiding or guarding or watching over the species of the human race have gotten sick of where it's gone. So they're pushing so far forward, like, we don't give a fuck about your governmental programs, you elites or whoever that's running the planet Earth. We're gonna show ourselves. So why do you think they're kind of just like, aliens do exist?
All of a sudden, just
because they don't have the power to stop them. And you could take my word for it or not, but within the next year and year and a half, you're gonna see so much alien.
It's already happening.
It's already
and
happening.
Even the talk about it, like, I just watched something, like, you know, the Floyd Mayweather fight with that dude, one of those YouTubers. But he said out of nowhere, it's so random, bro, and I wasn't even into it. It just popped up on my feed, and he goes, "I'm gonna break the simulation because aliens are coming, and I'm gonna beat the best fighter in the world." I was like, "What did he just say?" I was like, I watched it back. I'm like, did that just? Are we all gonna just be like, what?
Did that just? I feel you, bro.
I was like, is anyone gonna like look into that and be like, cause see, someone like me and you, critical thinkers, you know what I mean, open-minded people.
Yes,
bro. I changed my belief. Like people don't understand. You gotta, once you sit in your belief system forever, you'll never grow. Like the amount of times I've had to break my belief system and then redo it again.
Come on.
It's like, that's how it works. That's it. You're constantly breaking it down and building it back up again. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck in the same framework, the same frequency, like you said, the same dimension.
That's like how it works, bro. That's how it works. And you see, I feel as though a lot of people can be listening to this podcast right now.
Yeah.
And be like, okay, they talking some pretty crazy shit.
Yeah.
But I really challenge you to keep your cool in the next year or so when you see something that has never been part of your program. You feel me? Because a lot of people are going to be shook, a lot of people are going to be scared, and a lot of people are going to be like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And I'm just going to be laughing.
Yeah, you're going to be you're going to be like, what up, bro? I've been waiting.
Finally, you feel me? It's like, it's crazy because it's like, you know, the society that we live in is kind of like, you know, we were not meant to really understand that there were aliens in that or whatnot, or there were these species or that. But now they're just going to show themselves. And it's going to be out of the blue now. Because how else would you do it? You know, that we've already given hints. We've already been given TV shows that show you this or that or
constantly.
That. Constantly hints and hints. And it's your fault now that if you're still asleep, even with all the evidence that...
It's true, though. No, you're right. Because even, like, for example, this virus. Because now we can all probably agree that, you know, there's this virus, whatever, per se. But if you watch all these movies leading up to 2020 when everything went down, like, if you've seen Planet of the Apes, virus. If you've seen, I think, even Walking Dead, I don't know. But there's all these shows, movies that are always predictive programming, like, telling you what's about to go down. Do you know what I mean?
Fact.
It's like there's a virus and then look, you know what I mean? So it's like they put little breadcrumbs in there. Do you know what I mean? Maybe to like prepare us. I don't know. But it's just like, if you're not like catching the signs, the symbology, the symbolism, the subliminal messages, then it's just like, fuck, I don't know what to tell you.
Exactly, man.
I don't know. Like, yeah.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
That's how I feel, like, in this world right now. It's kind of like, alright, cool.
And it's mystical and shit. Like, I don't know, like the ancients, like you were talking about the sun before, and you were talking about the information. You said that. You said the information is coming down, it's activating certain people, blah, blah. The ancients always worship the sun. Why? We're not gonna question that. We're not gonna be like, why did they always worship the sun? Why was the sun such a big? Do you know what I mean? What is that? And then like supposedly now I read something. It's like China's making like an artificial sun and like all these crazy things. It's just like, what is this sun? Why are we talking about it? And then we can get into the Bible and stuff if you want. It's just like the sun. It's Jesus Christ. It's the sun. It's like, what if he's actually the sun? Do you know what I mean? The bringer of, you know.
Which he is.
And they say that it was an astrology book.
Which it
One
is.
of my guys, Tiziano, who was on the podcast, he was talking about that. And you know what's crazy? His podcast, bro, he was getting into all this stuff. Truman Show, The Moon, similar, you know, stuff to you. And he wrote a book in Italian about decoding the Bible, how it's like a lot related to astrology. Bro, his video, it didn't record. It stopped at like 20 minutes.
Wow.
And it's happened before. Like videos have stopped for me, but it always clips at like 1:30 or maybe 2 hours, but never 20 minutes because he was going in. And I'm just like,
yeah.
Okay. Is there other forces? I don't know.
And you know what? In tribute to my man, what's his name?
Tiziano. You're going to meet him. You have to meet him.
Tiziano, shouts out to you.
Yeah.
If your video got cut out, we all one.
Yeah.
So I'm another projection of you, and I'm going to say what I need to say, just so we can all be satisfied with the truth.
That's deep.
Right? So look.
That is deep, bro.
I'm going to have to sip water before I go.
Yeah. No, that's so good, bro. I love how you said that, though. Projection, reflection of you.
Okay. So before I do go into this, what I'm about to go into, I mean no offense to anyone. I'm merely speaking truth. Okay. So yeah. Now, we as a human, we're not all human. I'm gonna start off by saying that we're not all human. Okay, we are different species on this planet. And now, I kind of did elaborate what that means in this conversation a little bit, and I'm gonna kind of skip over it, but I'm just gonna let y'all that we're not all human. And so, the things that are going to partake on this realm, because you need to understand that we live on a realm. There are higher realms and there are lower realms where you perceive your reality right now. In the 3D density, you're hearing my voice right now through compressed frequencies, but I am in a higher realm and you are in whatever realm that you are listening to me. And this may confuse some people, but I'm not going to care about that. I'm going to keep talking truth. So, in the time period that we're in, you need to understand that there is going to be a lot of change. And when I say you need to understand, I'm talking to everyone. You feel me? You need to understand that there's going to be a lot of change partaking on this planet. There's going to be a lot of change partaking in this realm because it needs to happen. Mama Gaia, we have a lot of peace talkers. Like, everyone's going through. We just need to be peaceful. Now, the question I have for those people is Mama Nature being peaceful? From when I lost her, she's wiping out all y'all through tsunamis and earthquakes. So is Mama Nature being peaceful? Is the sun being peaceful? Because I'm pretty sure she burning a lot of y'all up. So it's the time for peace is over, because I'm not out here rallying and calling people out for war, but what I'm saying is, at this point in time, you need to take care of yourself. If you know who you are, the time for trying to save individuals is over. The shift has already occurred. So you need to take care of yourself, because the planet, the earth, Mama Gaia, the wind, Yeshua, the sun, Ra, are vengeful. So they will do what they need to do. Whereas for you, do you? That's all I'm going to say. So,
Ooh. Bro, that was so deep and intense, bro. I felt that on a cellular level, brother. Honestly, when you're going to Ra,
so, yeah.
and I was like, okay, he going there, he going there.
Yeah.
But I love that because, like for example, you talking about my Mama Gaia, right? So it's just like what you're saying when you say that. You're saying that the earth, this realm that we're in, you're saying it's a realm. It's a consciousness, right? It's a like an amplifying type of energy. So she, right? Because Mama, you're referring to like a feminine, right?
Oh yeah, the universe is feminine energy.
Yes. Okay. So it's just like when you say that, right? People are thinking, so is the earth alive? It's obvious, right? Because if you look at trees, you know what I mean? You look at everything is a part of nature, you know what I mean? Which is the earth. And it's constantly showing you how alive it is. And it's like when the wind blows, like you talk about the wind, it will show you even more how alive it is. Because you see the trees moving and stuff. That's already happening without the wind. But the wind just accentuates it. It's already there though. Even when it's not windy, it's vibrating, it's moving, it's alive, it's breathing, do you know what I mean? The water, the earth, you know what I mean? The water, the rivers, it's all alive. So when we like understand that, do you know what I mean? That we're on something that's alive, then that kind of breaks a lot of programs as well. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's like a good step for people. Like a first step, do you know what I mean? Yeah. To just see that. Because it's so simple, it's so easy, and it's so obvious. You know, it's not something that you have to go down a rabbit hole to figure it out. You can go outside and figure it out. You know what I mean?
I feel I definitely feel what you mean, man. And it's like what I feel as well is that we need to not think of the earth as something that we just step on. Because it's kind of like we were brought up under a doctrine where it's kind of like, you know, everything's good, you'll be forgiven, you'll be that. But the earth at this point is kind of like this. If you have something that's living on you that turns into a parasite and that starts destroying your skin, you're going to shrug it off and destroy each and every living habitat on it that's toxic on your body, and you're going to be like, fuck you.
Get off. Yeah.
That's the earth right now. Unless you raise with its vibration as the sun is raising. So it's not a lovey-dovey kind of Sunday school preach. It's kind of like, yo, if you were to study the way the sun is emitting so much radiation right now, it's really not safe. And I don't mean to be out here on some fear-mongering shit to make people scared, but like, your scientists are saying this.
It's true.
Your scientists are packing heaps of foods in their basements just in case a solar flare hits. You feel me? So it's kind of like, shit. That's how I feel.
No, I'm resonating heavy with everything you say. You know that already. But even with the earth, like the Schumann frequency or something, Schumann resonance or whatever.
Yeah, Schumann resonance.
That's the frequency of the earth, right? Of Mama Gaia, isn't it, technically?
Yeah.
So it's just like, that's like a scientific, for all people that need to see it in a... Because some people need, like a lot of earth signs, I feel, need a concrete...
If
you want to get into astrology, right,
let me see how this works and this works.
Exactly. Like I'm an air sign, so I kind of... You know, I'm into that like magical stuff. Like I don't need too much. It just needs to feel right with me for me to really, you know, kind of jump on board and dig into it. Some people need that concrete scientific side. So if you do need that, go look up the Schumann's resonance or whatever it's called.
Yes, it is called the
Schumann's resonance. Yes. Go look into that stuff. Do you know what I mean? See how that affects. See how when the Schumann resonance is really high, how some people are acting, what's happening in society. You know, what's going down. Because it's all connected, which is like spirituality 101, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's all about it's really all connected, and it's more connected than we know, and it's deeper and deeper than we actually all know, because it's kind of like we thinking it's just yeah, but it's like you know, yeah, it's deep like that.
Layers, so many layers.
There's so many layers. And I just want to say out here that there's going to be a lot of things that are going to take place within the next 2 to 3 months.
Okay. All right, let's play a game. Because you said that. Because this could prove a lot. Do you know what I mean? You say 2 to 3 months, right?
Yes, of course.
Okay. You probably can't say exactly what's going to go down. But what do you feel like intuitively that like might occur, or might, I don't know, just something where people, when they hear this and they're like, okay, he said 2 months, and then they're like, oh shit, you know what I mean? And you know what's crazy? This will probably come out in a month.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. So,
I bet. So let me say this. Let me say this to y'all. Now, in 2 to 3 months. Excuse me. I just had to burp.
That's so good.
Regardless, within 2 to 3 months, there's going to be a surge of higher conscious energy that hits the planet. And if you are not connected to it, you will either be rocked into a deep slumber, which will mean, as dark as this sounds, which will mean a lot of people will be rocked into a state of depression because they feel as though they don't have their life together, or they feel as though nothing makes sense because the matrix that they hold on to so hard is failing. So that's going to be happening within the next few months.
Yeah, that was deep. And you know what's intense about that? They say, I heard like one of those gurus that I sent you, he says depression is just a deep rest. Oof. You know what I mean? So when you said like a slumber, then you brought it to depression, I was like, the deep rest. You know what I mean? So, okay, that's one.
Definitely.
There you go.
Definitely.
Okay.
I'm telling y'all right now, if you're really still stuck in the Gregorian calendar and the time, or just time, as we move on to time, time itself will get very depressing. And you will see this manifesting even in October this year. Because might I remind people that the disclosure of aliens will be revealed within a month or two. It's already being revealed. And so a lot of people, a lot of religious folk will not be able to make sense of this. And so their energy of not being able to make sense of this will equate to energies of confusion and losing faith and very much depression. And going on into seeing stuff they can't make sense of because they've been stuck in such a time loop of it has to be a savior, it has to be this. Not realizing you are your own savior, depression is going to hit like a motherfucking brick. Now, for the newly awakened, depression is going to hit when you awaken.
Oh, 100%. That hits hard.
Don't let it confuse you with the shit that's happening. You as you awaken to who you are, you can finna get sad.
Because you're like everything's a lie.
You niggas lied to me.
You're hurt, right? You're hurt. You're like, what?
You hurt.
Yeah.
You like, fuck. You fuckers lied. So it's like, not to be confused with that, but you gotta understand that that's gonna be happening for you as, a chosen one, and then for them as a sheep. It's gonna be like, oh, we fucked up. We was wrong. So,
Yeah. Bro, these guys, bro, I love it. I love how deep we're going down this rabbit hole.
Bro, we going.
It was meant to happen, bro. It was meant to happen.
We going deep down the rabbit hole.
And it's funny because like these alien, like all these like little alien things that have been popping up, like aliens are coming, blah blah. Like everyone's, I don't know. It's just weird how it's coming out. It's just so. Like, they're trying to make it so norm now as well. Like, it's like, nah, bro. What do you mean? You can't do that now. Like, all of a sudden, just do the switch up on us. But it's like, these little breadcrumbs that they're giving, it's just like, come on, man. Come on. Like, they're signs, And it's like, for me, when I was waking up, what helped me when I woke up, what amplified was symbolism, symbology, synchronicities, and all that.
Yes.
And then it just gets more and more and more and more and more. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, do you think we're going to get to a point where it's just like a flow state constantly? Because you know how you get in your moments? Like, you had moments just then when you're in a flow state. I saw it, where it's just something's channeling through. I mean, you'll see it when you watch this back. And it's just like, do you feel like soon, I don't know, near future, maybe this year, end of this year or next year, there'll be that type of flow state? Do you know what I mean? Even to the point where it's just like, because me and you, we might say something, even in this podcast we have moments where we're both just hitting that same place because we're tapping into the same, where it could be even telepathic. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you think that it can be there? We're getting there. We're close.
On a global scale, no, that's
a long way.
No, that'll never happen. I'm gonna tell you. There are people that will get the information that we're talking about in another lifetime. And that's just the fact. A lot of people like to believe in sunshine and rainbows. That we're all gonna be like, kumbaya, but that's some bullshit. That's never gonna happen, because there are some people that are meant to be asleep, and there are some people that are meant to be awake. There are some people who listen to this and think it's complete nonsense, and some people who listen to this and think, wow, finally. You feel me? So it's...
Everyone has their role.
Everyone has their role.
Their purpose, their mission.
It's like a big movie. You're meant to have those that don't make it and those that do.
It's so true. Like I said, it's a big movie. It's like you need that superhero. You need that villain to see the superhero. Exactly. You know what I mean? To see his powers. His powers won't even come online if there's no villain.
If there's no villain.
Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of like if you apply that same law, it's like you need sleepers to awaken, because you're like, what? What the fuck's wrong with these motherfuckers? You know what I mean? Have you ever like taught? Well, we had that experience where it's just like at the shoot where it's like they're repeating the same thing. It's like, bro, are you a program? Isis like, Wisdom was talking about it. Yeah. Like, are you like what? Like, you're just saying the same thing. Like, it's like you got one program running. Like in a game, when you're playing a game and you got that same character and it just keeps repeating itself. Like, this is your mission. It's like there are people like that out here, bro. I'm seeing that people out here like that, and I'm just like, wow, you really a walking program. Like, I could say anything right now, you're going to just say the exact same thing. Or rephrase it in a certain way.
100%. And that's what it is. And that's honestly how I feel about it. I don't really think everyone's going to be like, kumbaya. I think that's just, just, even if it wasn't for this earth, it's just the law of, duality.
You don't know that. Yeah. Facts.
It's just, you're going to have birth. No matter what. And I've learned to live with it. Yeah. And that kind of goes in, if we want to talk about mastering your shadow side.
Yeah, let's get into that.
Each and every individual has the dark side and the light side. What I want to say, without getting too much into it, is that you can never be too light, or else you'll be blinded. Or you can never be too dark, or else you lose yourself in the abyss. So you need to master both sides to be your true self. So, that
was deep.
Yeah.
that was profound, bro. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. So you need both of them. Like, as much as the dark side, or as much as you want to be like, wow, that's evil. That's not. Yeah. But you've thought it. That is you. You need to be like, okay, why do I think that?
So is that how you integrate it? Like, if that was the question, would you say it's the why? Like, why do I think like that?
Yeah. Why? And like, it's part of me, because I've thought it, and I've been like, wow, I've been able to think this dark, and that was part of me. Let me not deny it. Why have I thought that? Was it in the form of envy, jealousy, hate, greed? Why am I envy? And then you go deeper and be like, okay, so I'm like this because I feel like I wasn't treated like this as a child, or that as so let me deal with it. Let me grab it and be like, okay, let's fix each other. Let me, from the present moment, be like, okay, because I feel like I wasn't given enough as a child per se, I feel envious of other children. Let me go out and give myself something today. Let me treat myself and love myself today. So I have that love I feel like I was robbed of. You feel me? And so I won't be out here being envious of other people.
That's deep, bro.
You feel me?
I feel you.
So it's like shadow work. Shadow work is very important to elevate this life.
That's so intense. Yeah, that was powerful, bro. So like, instead of shunning it, I mean, like, these dark sides that we all have, it's just like you said, grab it and like question it and kind of like
embrace it,
break it down, and like alchemize it, right? In a way, that's
100% alchemy.
That's deep. That's deep. Yeah. Damn, bro, we for an angel. I'm telling, bro. I've been looking for this because I knew it'd be going to these places. Like, shit, holy shit, bro, man. The shadow, because it's funny. The shadow side is always popping up lately this year a lot.
Oh,
I'm just like, what the fuck is happening here? Woo! I'm like, damn, because I always used to think like I'm not my thoughts, right? Because thoughts just come through, right? They come
100%,
through, they come in, they come out. You might be around a certain type of people, and then you're thinking all these things. And if you know yourself, you're like, that ain't me though. But if you don't know yourself, then you're like, oh, that's me. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I just answered the question. How would you differentiate it? By knowing yourself.
How do you differentiate knowing yourself and not knowing yourself? Okay, so you need to understand that if you're trying to move up, if you're trying to level up within your spirituality or just within your being, every negative thought is not you. But every negative thought is not something to be shunned upon. It's something to learn from. It's not something to identify from. You feel me? So it's like, that goes the same for positive thoughts. You cannot look at positive thoughts differently from negative thoughts. It's you learn from each. You don't identify from each. And you are the quiet voice that observes. You feel me? You are the voice that's like, okay, why have I, or supposedly me or I, whoever it is, have identified or thought this badly about me? Why have I thought this good or this badly about myself? Let me learn. How does it make me feel? Don't be afraid to approach your feelings, no matter how good or how bad they are. Because the realms of your feelings sometimes, no matter if you identify with what goes through your mind, the way you react with them kind of let you know who you are.
That's powerful, bro. It's deep because, like, it's very psychological. Yeah. You know what I mean? And the more, like, I don't want to say the more spiritual I get, but just the more conscious I get, you know what I mean? And the more, like, I've tapped into my own spirituality, the more I'm, like, realizing how much psychology is just intertwined in the whole thing, do you know what I mean? Like, how I think, I mean, or how other people think and why they think. And that is psychology 101, right? Like, I remember when I was kind of thinking of going to uni, the only thing that kind of pulled at me was psychology.
Right, same here.
Do you know what I mean? Because I was always into, like, why people do things or why I do things, I mean, or, you know? And I'm just like, So then the more I've just, like, raised my consciousness, I'm like, wow, a lot of it is, like, your own psyche. You know what I'm saying?
100%, bro. A lot of it is your own psyche. A lot of it, your own worst enemy.
Me versus me.
It's you.
That's the game.
At the end of the day, it's you versus you. Unless there's a motherfucker, like, fucking kicking your neck down. You know what I mean? Like, otherwise, it's just you.
Versus you. Yeah. And even if we get really deep into that, even if someone's kicking down on you, if we go back to your, like, it's just a reflection. When you talk about Tiziano, it's like a projection reflection of you. Technically, it's you too.
It's you too, bro.
If we want to get that deep. But but that's pretty neck level.
Yeah, it's...
I don't know if they're ready for that, because that's a whole nother.
We might lead that for the next one. Like,
we'll run that back. We'll run it back with that. And by then, people will be more, true, because that one's deep as fuck.
That one's deep as fuck.
Because I remember when I started diving into that, I was like, oh, wow. Yeah. Wow. That's a real reality breaker or shifter. It's just... My bro... Hey, what else? I wanna, cause like normally I'm like, does anyone have music coming out? How can everyone find you? Do you know what I mean? On the IG, obviously, they have YouTube and all of that. Give everyone your socials.
All right, so it's Pharaoh Nibiru, FERRONIBHERU on Instagram. But as for my music, it hasn't been released, so I will for sure let you know.
100%
when it does come out.
Yeah.
But right now it's still on the halves.
Yeah.
I'm still just kind of like a, just a speaker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
ain't just. It's a big role.
Oh, right? Of course. So it's like right now, like I'm kind of broadening my speaking to other people about my vision. But the music is coming.
It's on its way.
And I'm not even sure if you've heard my shit.
I haven't. I've only heard your duo, the rap. That's it. That's what I heard on IG. Your video. I'm pretty sure it's a music video.
After this,
bro, you have to show me 100%.
I'm gonna show you.
We'll pump it on these as well, so you can hear the 100%, bro. Man, this is my God Fallen Angel, bro. Appreciate you for coming through, my brother. It's been a gift.
Such a pleasure.
Like, man, this guy, we're gonna run it back and we're gonna get deeper as well. And by the time we run it back, you'll have music out too. Make sure everyone you go follow my guy Fallen Angel and put up the socials as well, just to keep in track. And you know what? You never know, bro. Hit him up in the DMs if any of this resonated, or me. And we'll get there with it. Man, thank you, my brother. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
This is another episode of the Midnight Moods podcast. I'm Coco the Conscious, aka Mr. Mood, signing off. My guy Fallen Angel. See you next time. Peace.